Hello and welcome to day 4 for the Service to Purpose. The mission is you. My name is Brooks Holland, and my gift is helping you uncover the greatness that's hidden inside of you. And the reason this is my gift is because it took me a little over a quarter of a century. Took a lot of help from a lot of people that saw my gifts when I tried every means imaginable of self-sabotage and everything like that to not see them. So today is day 4 of the Mission is You challenge. And if this happens to be your first video, for this one to make sense, at least go back and watch video 3. Because there was an assignment that I gave on video 3, and that is what we're going to discuss today. For those of you that have already done video 3, let's get right to it. So what came up for you on that exercise, which is, what do you want? Because that's the thing. So many times when we ask that question, or it's asked to ourselves, what do we go? I don't know. So if we don't know what we want, how can we be disappointed when we don't get it, or frustrated? Or it's really hard to stick to something if we don't have something there to drive us. And that's why I really wanted to get to what do you want. And then the thing is, too, also in the exercise, it's not just the first level, like, I want 6-pack abs, I want to lose 7 pounds, I want, da-da-da-da. We got to keep going deeper to see what's really, really, really underneath that. And the thing is look at your list for the things that you said you wanted. And what kind of changed when you started going deeper? So let's just say, I'll just use an example, say somebody wants 6-pack abs. Okay, great. You want 6-pack abs. Why do you want that? Because I want that because, I believe that'll help me find, an attractive mate because they'll like 6-pack abs. Okay, why do you want an attractive mate? And you keep asking these questions, and what you're usually going to where they're usually going to end up is something around, to get love, to get some sort of love, to get that connection, there's a deeper reason there, but we get sidetracked with all the surface stuff. And what I want to do is I really want you to look at these things and really get to that deep, why is this so important? Because that is what we're going to anchor to as we keep moving forward on this process. Because just like the first thing we got to do every day is we got to decide and we got to take responsibility. There's going to be days when that alarm clock goes off and we're like, dude, I just want to snooze. And trust me, I'm an amazing snoozer. I love snoozing, not gonna lie. But whatever it is that comes up for you, maybe it's the pizza, maybe it's the ice cream, whatever it is that starts calling your name to try to take you off focus, you get to anchor back to this thing, like, what's this thing that's really, really important? What are these things that I want? And what that's also going to do is it's also going to prime the reticular activation system in your brain, and that is basically, when you go look at a car, say you go look at, not that I would look at this, but say you go look for like a white minivan. And then all of a sudden, everywhere you go, you start seeing white minivans everywhere. You've probably seen this maybe it's an item clothes, maybe a car, but that's what happens. You start looking at something, and then the brain starts finding evidence of it all over the place. So we want to get clear on some of these core things that we want, because the brain will help us go out there and find those things, and it will also keep us on track when that comfort shows up. Do I want to go get that workout in, or do I want to go watch some Netflix that is going to expire, which it's not. But these are all the things that we tell ourselves. So when it's time to go work out, we want to go back and anchor to these things. And there was another very, very important piece, that exercise too. For a lot of people, go, I don't know what I want. So I said, hey, make a list of the things that you don't want. And a lot of times I've done this exercise with people individually, and I'll just say, hey, make 2 lists, make a list of things you want and things you don't want. And a lot of times there's a really long list of things that they don't want and a much shorter list, or the I don't knows, for what you do want. And the reason why this is so key is, look at all those things that you say that you don't want. I don't want to be broke. I don't want another deadbeat relationship, boyfriend or girlfriend. I don't want this. I don't want that. And then if you look at your life, what are you usually having? You're usually having that thing. And here's why. Because the brain doesn't hear the negatives. The brain doesn't hear the don'ts, the nots, any of that stuff. So when we say, like, I don't want to be broke, the brain just hears, I want to be broke. I don't want a deadbeat boyfriend or girlfriend. I want a deadbeat boyfriend or girlfriend. And you've probably seen this, if maybe it's not, if with maybe not with yourself, but maybe you've seen friends. Maybe they've had 10 different relationships, and all 10, the person was an a-hole. It was, they 10 people that looked differently, but they were basically the exact same person. Air conditioner came on. And the reason why they're doing that is because they still haven't grasped whatever lesson they're supposed to learn yet. So they keep repeating the process by dating the exact same person. But so really, I want to get back to that thing. We have to be so careful using the negatives of stuff. I don't want to be late. I don't. So you need to be really, really conscious of saying what you want and not what you don't want. I want to be on time. I want a healthy relationship. I want financial independence. I want to be healthy. Versus like, I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be injured. We have to say what we want, because when we're saying the don'ts, the brain's not hearing the don'ts. And I mean, this happened for me so many times. All these things I said I didn't want, when you took the no's or the don'ts out, that's everything that I had. I was broke. I don't want to be miserable. All of these things. And it's just really crazy how the brain works. So these are the two important takeaways that I want you to take from yesterday's exercise. And you can always go back and revisit this, because we want to look at those positive things. What do we want? What do you want? And we want to go deep, because, just like an anchor, we want to get deep into the anchor, not just something on the surface. What do you want? I want to lose 7 pounds. Why? I don't know. There's not much there. It's really hard to stay committed. It's really hard to make decisions. It's really hard to come from a powerful place when it's not rooted in anything worthwhile or anything concrete. And conversely, we got to really watch how we talk to ourselves around the negatives, the no's, the nots, the don'ts, and all those types of vocabulary. Because, most of the time, if you take a step back and look, and you can catch yourself, because this thing, it gets one of the biggest things that I'm going to get to another video that I want that all these videos will help. It's going to help with an awareness, because right now there's probably been no awareness in life, and now you're going to catch yourself, or you'll hear other people, and you'll also start catching yourselves. And so when you can start breaking that pattern of the no, the nots, the don'ts, the don't want, I don't want this, I don't want that, that is how we start shifting, and that's how we start changing the trajectory. And all that's going to go into play, because we're going to sit there and we're going to go down deep, and we're going to uncover your gifts, which is your purpose, so that you get to share that with the world. So now that we've got some good stuff to anchor to, I'm really excited for the work that we get to start doing tomorrow. So if you haven't done exercise 3, go back and do that one. If you did exercise 3, leave a comment below. Let me know what resonated for you from doing that exercise, and then let me know what came up for you. If you had a whole bunch of like, I don't want this, I don't want to be broke, I don't want to be sick, I don't want to be injured, what came up for you around that? Leave a comment below. And also, the biggest thing that I want to do for this, I want to impact as many people as possible. I'm not spending any money on ads or anything. I just am depending on, if you're finding value in this, just tag a friend, share it with somebody. Just share it with somebody that you think that these 10-minute-a-day videos could be beneficial for, because the mission is you. And when you pay it forward, it helps your learning. It helps you step into leadership. And there's going to be a really awesome cumulative effect by going down this process. And you can also use the hashtag TMIY for the mission is you. And you can also hashtag service, the number 2, and then purpose. And there you have it. So come back, stay tuned for tomorrow, and we'll be on day 5 of the Service to Purpose, the Mission is You challenge. Thanks a lot, and I will see you tomorrow.